Hello. Good morning, the interwebs. Good morning. Good morning. Making shift happen. Or who's making shift happen today? Who's making shift happen? If you want a making shift happen mug, you can go to shop.metamorfize.com and buy one. All right. So this, hold on, privacy, public. Why does it do it? I don't know. Okay. So today's Tuesday thoughts, and my name is Lisa Mehta, and I go live every Tuesday on a topic that I'm covering in the Next Level Manifestors Facebook page and in my Instagram. So why am I picking a topic? Well, these next few weeks, these topics are very specific and curated to teaching you or sharing with you some fundamentals and some of my learnings from the 30 Days to Change program that I offer, which the next round of that starts January 10th. Okay, so we're all making this, we all make this, build up that to the new year of all the things that we wanted to do. Now's the time to do it. And actually, that whole resolution thing can be quite motivating and sometimes a little overwhelming. So if you're here joining me, I see a few people here. Say hi to me, give me a little icon, or say good morning. How you doing today? I'd love to just know how you are. It's Tuesday, and I'm going to be talking about committed and flexible today. And this is one of the biggest topics that came up in the last round, inspired by one of the participants. And to be completely, to share a little moment this morning with me, I really had to experience committed and flexible this morning. So I've been doing my own 30-day challenge or 30-day workout thing on this calendar. And this morning, something happened with my alarm and it did not go off at my intended time. So I woke up a little late and I wasn't going to make it to do the workout in the time frame that I needed to do it. So I had a moment to make a decision. I can be committed and flexible, which means pick a different workout, get it in, and realize that it's about the showing up, not always about, the killer workout this morning. Or another committed and flexible could have been, do I have time later in the day to fit it in? And then, of course, my old Emma would have been, don't do it because you don't have time. So this morning, I picked a different workout. I fit it in. I'm actually running a little bit late today, but I was like, you know what? It's okay. I can be late one day and I can maybe not do my hair the way I wanted to do it or prepare in the way, because the magic is in the showing up. I am serious. It took me forever to kind of really get that in, because I want to tell you right now, I feel amazing. Not because I sweated like crazy this morning, but because I kept my word to myself that every morning I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna get it in, because the truth is I don't have time later. And being committed and flexible means understand what it is that you need to get done in that day, but changing, maybe being flexible. I have this poem I've been reading I've been reading y'all poems every week that I write. We just went down south, I guess. I wrote a poem for this one. Black and white thinking keeps you rigid. Committed and flexible keeps you in the flow of life. You must learn the dance. Be like the tree, solid in its rootedness while its branches flex with the wind. When you move through life committed and flexible, there is room to flow and grow inside of the ever-changing moments, the ever-changing moment to moment that is life. We all want to flow, but we also need to be like the tree. And being the tree means as below, so above. root down strong into your roots, into what it is that you're committing to. Know what you want, at least the beginning skeleton of it, and then allow yourself to flow with how you get there. Wait, there was a let me pull it up. There was a Tony Robbins quote, which I don't always quote him, but he found a good one. Now we've gone to London. Don't know why. Oh my god, if I do accents, it's gonna just end up all sounding like some global mix. Okay. Yes, so he said, stay committed to your decisions, but flexible in your approach. Boom. Committed and flexible is all about that. So if you're joining me, say hi. Let me know what do you think about this topic of committed and flexible? Because I know that there's been times, like let's say if you're not committed and flexible, this is another thing that I love that I discovered, that if you are not committed and flexible, like I was sharing this morning, then at the first sign of like failure, or the first like bump in the road, or the first windstorm that comes through, it will take you out. And then you get to this defeatist mentality that I had, which is what's the point? Or one forgetting to do something will stop you, or one less than perfect moment will have you say, fuck it, it's too hard, I give up. That's the thing. It's going to be hard. So this is what I'm here to remind you, that the path towards your goals, you will mess up. You will forget. There will be hard moments. The wind is going to have many different velocities. And it's in these moments that defines who you are. I mean, that's a pretty big statement, like defines who you are. But when I say that, I mean, are you someone that has an attitude of giving up is not an option? Because that's how I live my life. I'm a problem solver. I believe that there's a solution. And I fall many times. I have failed many times. And the work that I do here to share these different perspectives are because of my failures. But I don't even think of them as failures anymore. Because each time I got up, I learned something new. Each time I discovered a different part of me that needed to be discovered to become the next version of myself. And really, that's my mission, is keep evolving. Keep hanging out with other people that are committed and flexible. Keep hanging out with other people and have around me problem solvers and people that elevate me to be my best self. And being committed and flexible, this is what it's all about. It's not trying to avoid the hard moments. Being committed to something is really difficult in itself. To be committed, you have to get to a whole series of decision making, decisions, and yeah. And then there's that whole little dance of like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Am I in? Am I out? And having an all-in attitude will really save you a lot of the suffering. But I I've learned that the the conversation is a part of the decision. So let's say, if you know me, you know that I've done many moments of I've done many 30 days to change, basically, experiences, which is why I share that program, because I'm always inside of a 30 days of something. It's helpful for me. It's has a start date, has a stop date, has a middle. It has the natural arc that is inside of most change, even a house track. The build, the break, like a mountain peak, change, a wavelength. Everything has an up and a down. So this 30 days is so powerful because, well, not only are you only doing 5 minutes of something a day, it's powerful because it's got this condensed feeling of change. It's got a very tight beginning, middle, and end. But wait, I was going to say something about that. Oh, if you know me, I'm always in something. And, because I had an addictive mind, and maybe always will, I don't know. I go in and out of my relationship with food, with alcohol. So right now, let's say actually I am doing no alcohol right now. And this is what I was going to tell you is that the conversation to get to the moment where I have that definitive all in is a part of the process. And actually I started to loosen up a little bit because it would seem to the outside, what are you doing? You're not making a decision. You're like so all over the place. And I'm like, this is how I get to committed and flexible. So I guess what I'm offering here is there's also a whole string of decisions to get that you must learn about yourself, how you get to a moment of commitment. And well, I'm here to offer anyone who wants to get in on this January 10th. It's going to be amazing. We just finished. We're almost done. I think we're like day 23 today of the current round, and I'm going to let everyone have a little break for the holidays and then jump right back in. Now, this program will literally jumpstart you into trusting yourself again. It's about building confidence 5 minutes a day. It's about learning that the magic is in the showing up. It's learning how to be committed and flexible. It's about examining the way your mind is moving through change and how you negotiate with yourself every day, which I think is like basically one of the most important things that we can learn. How do you negotiate? How do you negotiate with yourself? How do you make that decision that I made today? What was rooted? What was important? What is my priority? How was I navigating that? It was better to just do something than nothing today because I know what it feels like to do nothing. I know what that pathway feels like, and I choose to do something and be in the magic of the showing up versus the the nothing. So flexibility is really understanding. It's kind of like, so if we go back to the tree and the tree is waving its branches, there's obviously a moment that a branch will break if you flex it too much. And that's where we learn our edges. And I said many times that balance and harmony and center and middle only exist because of its polarities. So, learning your extremes, I think, is an important thing in life. We do a lot of that when we're young. We learn our extremes, how much is too much. Where some people go a little over and they can't find their way back fast. So know your boundaries, know your own personal flex. Know that, like me, this last week, 2 weeks has been a lot of partying. And it's time for me to be like, you know what? I flexed a little too much on that side. It's time to come back. But there's no beating myself up. There's no more like, what's wrong with me? It's just a quick examination and a new negotiation and a new contract and some boundaries and kind of like, all right, let's make our way back to middle because this is my truth. And I don't think we exist in center, and harmony is actually a dance between, we're always moving. So to think that center is actually stagnant, if you're like constant, if there's balance, if you think about balancing on one foot, let's say, you're even like, using the outside edges of your foot. Anyway, I think I actually fixed this lag time too for this video. All right, we're going to pick a tarot card for today. The topic of committed and flexible. I would love to hear other people's perspective because this came up in the program and I actually had never put it together this way. And now that it's here, it's been really powerful for me and everybody. Do you have a like, oh, if you didn't do it, that like, what's the point attitude? Or is committed and flexible something that exists in your life? Is this a new concept, or how did you hear it, or was the takeaway from anything I just said? All right, so let's see. This is an Osho Zen tarot deck. I pick one of these every Tuesday with everybody, and this is really about, I just consider me and the group that I have on Facebook, and I guess anyone in my life, is all about perspectives. I think that this is really what we can offer each other, is how we see something, and then you take that information in and you move it around how you need, what works for you. So this card picking is just an opportunity for us to like have a neutral perspective, although it's Osho's perspective, which I very much value, but I like it because it's a very practical, simple approach. So, because if you question, you have to question everything. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you want to have something shift slightly in your life, then I suggest opening up to the possibility of seeing something differently. Rigidity versus floating, no center. Yes, I love that. Allison, what's up? Yes, rigidity. That's what I was saying, is black and white thinking will get you in rigidity. And here's an evolution of my own work, is like I have been super obsessed with like dualities. A lot of my work I think came from, this is the evolution of my work. It's like dualities were so important for me because they were the edges and the boundaries, and they were helping me understand what was going on. But now that I feel like I understand my left, my right, my yin, my yang, my black, my white thinking, and all of that, I'm realizing, and I am everything in between. And my personal dance is the spectrum. I want to understand. I want to move through the whole thing with ease and grace. And to me, that is what peace is. That is what I strive is. I don't strive to not feel or to not be in sad. I'm in something right now, an emotional experience in my life. And I said to my friend, I was like, I am in an opportunity of emotional intelligence, like maturity for my emotional intelligence. If I knew that everything was going to be all right, how would I move through this emotional experience right now? Like, would I give it my power? Would I allow like myself to lose myself in it? Or can I know that everything is going to be okay? Which I guess in some ways is like an emotional flexibility, committed and flexible. I'm still committed to feeling, but I'm not committed. I'm flexible in how it shows up. Like I can still be in my life every day and function, instead of back in the day when I was young, it's just like obliterated by emotion sometimes, like depression, and can't like function. So I'm celebrating that for myself, that there's an emotional maturity inside of this dance. And I mean, I don't even know if this made sense to anybody, but I just went on a little tangent here. Okay, here we go. We're picking a card for committed and flexible. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going. All right, I'm going for the middle since we're talking about middles. Boom. Breakthrough. Woo, wow. It's like a lot of energy right there. Committed and flexible. Pretty much, yeah. Every day will be a breakthrough. Like I just shared this morning, breakthrough. Like the day is already a success because I navigated my mind in a way that helped support my success. I've been programming my mind for success, which is, by the way, another thing that the 30 Days to Change program does. I'm going to put the link around somewhere in all of this stuff, 30 Days to Change. It's Metamorfize. Thank you, Goddess, for emotional maturity. Let's teach emotions in element. Yes. Oh my gosh. Although we can also learn a lot from kids and the way they just almost feel without thinking. But yeah, I think it's emerging of, because the breakthrough for me in my life is about mini moments that lead to the bigger breakthrough moments. Little decisions. If you really think about it, our whole day is just a series of decisions. And your decisions are words that are strung together, that are thoughts. So the more conscious we are of our words and the way that we're using them to ourselves and to others, we are navigating our mind on like every micro and macro level. So breakthrough for committed and flexible is you will have breakthrough, and you will be successful if you stay committed and flexible. We're ending on that amazing, powerful. I wish you all breakthroughs today and beyond. If you want to be a part of the 30 Days to Change group, you can sign up So it's very affordable, and it will lead you down a beautiful path, and you get to hang out with me for a whole month in a group. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here and spending your Tuesday with me. I appreciate it, and I do not take that lightly. I'm very grateful for anyone who's open to my perspectives, and I'm very open to yours. So if you're on Facebook, you can join my Next Level Manifestors page. I'll put links around, and I wish you all a magical day. Happy, committed, and flexible. Bye.